Hello, 585ers. Please forgive the lateness of this video. I normally try to get these to you on a Friday. It is Saturday, the 23rd. I'm a little bit late, and again, I apologize for that. This video is going to preview what we will be doing Monday night, which is just a continuation of what we did last Monday, which is we are starting now to build an actual presence for our students along the lines of what I call the ubiquitous classroom, the ability to have your students have access to your material anytime, anywhere. We really have moved through some very serious modules. This module, I think, is a little more fun. Mainly because we get to play with so many different really cool tools. We are looking at, our first thing that we did is we built a wiki creation using a tool called Wikispaces. Wikispaces is, I think, the premier tool for building wikis online. When you log into Wikispaces, this is what it looks like. It takes you to your dashboard. And as you can see, I have this one that I made in class. And I'm going to click on it. And here I am. I am now in my Wikispace. Last week, we started playing with this. This is called a Voki. And I gave you rights to the Voki using my username and password. And we basically played with the idea of building a Voki that is going to introduce your page to a person who comes to it, introduce them to your wiki by way of describing your educational philosophy. So let me just show you how to do it. Look at all the ones that people have made already. Isn't that great? They are so cool. Let me get down here and find that one that belongs to me so I don't go around stealing people. You will also notice, as you probably, if you have rolled around in here, you'll notice that kids have been in here too. I do allow you to use this with your students. Again, no harm, no foul. We can see what they make. So I'm going to go over here. Here's my Steve S. Voki, the last one, I guess, that I did. And if I want to work on it, I just hover over it and I can click on it and I can go right back in and edit it, but I don't think I need to do that. Well, let me make sure. Let's take a look at my Voki that I made. And as you can see, I haven't put a beard or anything on John. And remember, when you go in, you can change any of this up. You do not have to maintain the look and feel. You can make his face fatter, smaller, however you want to do it, okay? So, let's see. Clothing, bling, I've done all that, done. Have I recorded anything? Let's see if I actually put something in here. What was I thinking? Okay, all right, I can live with that. I'll say done to that. And now I can choose a background, and now I'll go publish. Once I go publish, I have to give it a title. And now I'm ready for it to be shared. So I'm going to come down to, I'll just grab this one, and I'm going to click on share. I'm going to use the embeddable code, okay? And I'm going to click on it, and I must use deprecated, okay? So you always want to make sure you use the deprecated code. Come over here, highlight it. Once you click on it, it usually grabs everything. If not, what you can do is just, I always do just a Control A to select everything within it. And then I'm going to do a right click and copy. Oh, also notice that you can make it as big or as small as you want. Let's go ahead and make it large. Let's go ahead and have some fun here. So I'm going to now copy the code right there. I'm going to go back to my wiki spaces. Now I need to start editing in my wiki space, so I'm going to click on the edit button, which I'm sorry is out of frame over here. I'm going to ignore the recovered draft, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe out all this. Remember, you always have to have something on the page or else you won't have a page. And I'm going to come up here to Widget, Other HTML. I'm now going to paste the code in, and I'm going to, if I'm a cautious person, I can preview it so I can make sure it works, or I can just go ahead and save it. If this little gray box appears, it's telling me that something is here. If I now save it again, that something that is demonstrated by that gray box will appear. And there's my Voki. So that's one thing that we can put in here. Now, I said to you in the module, and I said to you last week, that we can also use the site that is up here in our TPAC module, where I showed you the alphabet soup that I called it. And we can go here and to generator soup, and you can put in what you would like it to say here. But that is just one that you can use. So you can go here, and you can go to image generators, and you can generate an image. You can use theirs. You can create your own sign generator right here. You can create your own fortune cookie. Alphabets. Absolute bottle. I don't know about that one. Cake frosting. iPad. BlackBerry. Let's do an iPad just for fun. So on here, it's going to allow me to put in a message on my iPad. Okay, and I can just look how many lines it lets me have. That's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and say apply, and there I am. There is my cool image that I've made. Now, what I can do with that is I right-click on it and save image as. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to call this, it says your sign. I'll call it iPad. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. Now, if I want to put this into my wiki space, all I have to do, because you now know how to do these kinds of things, is I go back to my wiki space, I edit it, and I can leave this right here, and we'll see if it fits, or I can just hit the enter key and drop it below the widget. Remember, I can't move things around, so you kind of have to play a little bit. But I know I've got a file out there that is the sign that I just made. So let's go find it. There it is. Let's open it. And when it comes in, I know it's here because I actually can see a little thumbnail of it. And then I'm going to click, and now it puts it in. Now, let's see what happens when I save all this. Oh, look, they both came in. So not only do I have my Voki here, but I also have my iPad sign that I made. So we have lots of things that we can play with that we can put into our wiki space. And all we need to know, oh, look at all these things. Oh my goodness, look, you can have a Snoopy character. You could pick them and have them say something in a cartoon bubble. This is too cool. And so basically it says type in your message here, and I can say Spell it right. And there it is. Okay. Now, to me, that is too much fun. That is way too much fun. Playing with all these different ways of creating your characters. All these different signs. Goodness gracious. You could stay here for hours and just play in this one spot. We're going to work on our wiki spaces. The other thing that we're going to do is we are going to use another tool called a word cloud. Now, word clouds are getting more and more accepted. In fact, there is a word cloud out in the lobby now, going up the steps, I noticed the other day. I like using word cloud from ABC. Now, Tag Zito word clouds are cool because they'll actually make the word cloud look like a shape. And they've gotten better about how you can get them from one place to another. What I like about word cloud from ABC is it's really, really easy to use. I'm going to pause it for just a second so I can bring up the Kentucky core content, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get the Kentucky core content up so we can do this next one. So let's say I'm teaching third grade mathematics. Forgive the dog. He's barking at people walking around outside. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to find what it is that I need to teach. Okay? And all you have to do is basically highlight what it is that you are teaching. In other words, just pull it out. And I can I could copy this entire box here. Just go through and highlight and copy, 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 copy. In other words, I'm trying to get at all the words that have to do with what I'm teaching when I look at third grade interpreting whole quotients of whole numbers. So I'm going to just grab everything. I'm going to right click and copy that. I'm going to come into the word cloud and I'm going to paste now all those words that I just pulled out of that. Now, what I can do is I can go through and I can wipe out some of the garbage that came in with it. In other words, like or and he. No, it looks like it split up the. I'm just going to get rid of nonsense stuff that doesn't mean anything. Okay? And then I'm going to come down, and again, I apologize. Let me slide the whole thing over so you can see it. There is a triangle right down here, and I'm going to click on that triangle. Now what it does is it builds a word cloud of that particular standard. You can come up here to layout and you can play with how you want your word cloud to look. So as you can see, the main ideas of that particular one were numbers, reasoning. Okay, isn't that cool? Now, what I can do at this point is come over here and I can save it. Again, I'm going to save it to my desktop so I can find it. I'm going to put my name on it. That way it doesn't get confused in the wiki spaces. I know what it is. I'm going to jump back into my wiki space. This great, wonderful front page that I have. So now I need to add a new page. Well, that is about as easy as it gets. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on Pages and Files. And now I'm going to put in a name for this new page. I'm going to call it Word Cloud. And I'm going to say create. I'm going to now add that word cloud. And by now you're starting to see how this works. I'm going to go to Upload File. I'm going to come down here and find it. I'm going to open, let it load. Click on it once. Boom. There it is. Now, I might want to add some text here. And I might want to put it in the center of the page. If I wanted to, I could grab a corner and make it a little bit smaller. And I can come down below it and I can say, my word cloud for 5th grade math on whole numbers. And remember, you always have to save it. Now, when you look over here on the side where you have all the listings in your wiki space, we now have a home page that's made up of my wonderful Voki I made and this incredible graphic that I made. And then on my next page, which is my word cloud page, here is the word cloud that I made. And as I said, Tag Zito kind of works the same way. As you can see, it's a little more complicated. And it uses Silverlight, which may or may not work. You know, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying this is how it works. And as you can see, it makes pictures with shapes. Okay. So you click on the shape and you can go in and decide how you want it to look. And then once you get done with it, you can share and save it out. You see how it just gets really kind of messy and complicated? It's not my favorite way of doing it. You know, I can come in here and I can do the same thing with my words. And then it'll make them into this earth looking thing. I just don't use it. This I just find so silly and fun. It's just easy to work with. Okay, so this we're going to work with this. Oh, the last thing we have to do in the module, and this is the work part of the module. Sorry, we have to have something in here. We can't just have fun all the time. We're going to be, let's see what it says. It's asking you to create a word cloud. We'll see if we can get to our YouTube channel. If we can, we can. We'll be fine. We're going to watch the video, the Ken Robinson video on creativity, and we're going to embed it in a new page in your wiki. Well, where is the video, Steve? Well, that video, my friends, is all the way up here. It's the video. I think I put it in here with the book study. If I didn't, I will move it to where we are. I didn't. So I'll put it in there, and we will have the Robinson video. We'll look at it for just a little bit. And that we can put into our amazing wiki that we are building. Let me see if I've got him here. I have how to change education from the ground up. And it's not showing. Okay, no big deal. I'll have it in place for you for Monday night. How do we move a video into our wiki space? Well, let me show you. So let's just go here real fast. We'll go to YouTube. Because remember, all our videos that we have in our class come from YouTube. And how do I get a YouTube video? From here over to my wiki space. It's really simple. You come in to your video from YouTube, you right-click on it, and copy the embed code. Go to your wiki space, and the assignment says we need to make a new page. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a new page, and I'm going to go ahead and entitle this YouTube, but we're going to call it Sir Ken's Creativity Page. And I'm going to do the widget again. Remember we did the widget when we did the Voki? I'm going to say Other HTML, right-click, paste it in, save, save again, and there it is. This is how you can quickly add content from YouTube into your Wikispace page. Now, let me show you one of the cool things about it. So let's go ahead and run. Let's just drag this through real fast.
People at Rhino Show, they sent a bunch of stuff. Look at this. It's all description, but follow me on Twitter and I'll be sending this stuff out to maybe you.
Okay. So one of the things that we will be learning how to do in our own YouTube space, this is why I'm showing you this. See at the end, all this stuff that flies in, we're going to turn all this crap off so that when you add things in here, you don't have to worry about it showing up. Okay? So that's what we're doing Monday night. We're going to work on our wiki spaces. We're going to add content to it. We're going to talk a little bit about the video, which I promise you I'll have in place. We are going to look at how to create a YouTube channel. And once we get all that done, then we're going to start actually creating content to put into our wiki space. That'll be in Module 4. Alrighty, I will see you Monday night. Come ready to have some fun. Get your creative juices flowing. Let's have a good time. I'll see you then.